Welcome to the market update for Wednesday, January 14th. Today, we're going to be talking about CPI inflation data that just came out yesterday. And believe it or not, home sales are improving. I am Ricky
Who's the
Walters.
mortgage wise guy? Wise guy.
All right. So, yesterday we got the Consumer Price Index or CPI index. It's one of the most important inflation reports that we see that the Fed focuses on. Their favorite measure is PCE, personal consumption expenditures, but this one's right behind it. So, what did we see? Year over year, the index came down from 2.74% to 2.68% because they round. It looks like the number is still 2.7, but it came down slightly. That's good news. And the core, which is takes out energy and grocery food items because the Fed says those are things we can't really affect with what our policy is. That's basically stayed the same, 2.64 from 2.63. So 2.6 is rounded. You can see the different shelter components that makes up 44 total percent. So almost half of this report comes from shelter. Rent continues to come down. Owner's equivalent rent continues to come down. And lodging away from home, although it's only 1.5% of the weighting, was much higher, and it is volatile. It kind of puts us on a roller coaster every month, and we never know what we're going to get there. And motor vehicle insurance notably was up 3.5%. That's kind of working against us in the inflation numbers. But overall, a very good report, and the market liked it. So what do we get today? Home sales, existing home sales. NAR said closings on existing homes. Now, this is national, of course. So here in the Bay Area, we're not seeing probably the same numbers, less sales and less appreciation, but 5.1% month over month versus 2% annualized pace, at the highest pace in almost 3 years. This is really good news. I think as interest rates have come down in the last quarter of 2025, people are starting to see that. Buyers are starting to see that. And I was at an open house this weekend. I know that's just one data point, but a lot more people than I expected to see there starting out looking at homes now. And the inventory is going down. That's notable. Also, 3.3 months of supply nationally. In a normal market's 4.6. So I think that's trend is going to continue. Why? I mentioned this last week because Trump is instructing his representatives, meaning the Federal Housing Finance Association Director Bill Pulte, to buy 200 billion in mortgage bonds. That's what will drive mortgage rates lower as that is implemented. But the market even moved ahead of that and had a good reaction. So that's helping us. So interest rates are now in the high fives to low sixes on average for a 30-year fixed. Great news for your buyers. Tell them not to delay because the more this news gets out there, the more that they're going to have competition in trying to buy a home. I'm Ricky Walters.
He's the mortgage wise guy. Wise guy.
Have a great week, and we'll see you next time.